Welcome to White Dark Tarot, where the reader is bubbly, but the readings can get dark. And boy, did the Leo reading get dark. But that's the way I like it. All right, now I am working on the first half of October readings for all zodiac signs, and we are about to do. Dang it, I had it in my head right before I hit record. Virgo, we're doing Virgo. Oh, the world and strength. Coup. Coup. Ooh, chariot. Ooh. You know, I have been reading, I did like what, 3 readings for Virgo in September, and all of them were about new ventures and whatnots. Is this you doing the thing, Virgo? Is this nah? 4 of Pentacles. Ah, okay. I got okay. Three of Wands. No, whoa. Had to karate chop that one back on the table with my ninja-like reflexes. 4 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Huh. Okay. Ooh, I think I pulled this actually in one of the other readings that I did for you with the 4 of Wands about it, like the coming staple, whatnot. Why is the devil here? Clarify the devil for me, please. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess they took it as a challenge when I talked about my ninja-like reflexes. Okay. The Empress and the 8 of Swords. Okay. Last one. Okay. Try to stick to 10, but I felt like there was another one in there. It for me, it almost feels like there's a bat in the cave and I gotta pick it out. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Anyway, 8 or 9 of Wands. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're starting out with the devil, and then we're doing the 8 of Swords, and then that brings us into Empress, and then that brings us into the 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands, and then it feels like 9 of Wands, the World, Strength, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Wands. Okay. Ooh, starting out though, I'm starting to, like incorporate my pendulum in my readings. So, come on, let's try to get a keyword for Virgo. What's the keyword for Virgo? Virgo. S I I, is that what we're doing? Okay, I P. Oh, we're still going. Okay. I thought it was going to be sip. H O N. Siphon. Are you sure? Yeah? Okay. Um so Virgo, I guess the keyword for you is siphon. That's a weird one. All right. Well, I mean, if it resonates, I guess. Hmm. And now an archetype card. The prayer. The prayer. The worship, the reverence, the homage, What is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer, and when are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent, self centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service, whatever prayer is for you. This card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. When light, offering to be of service, asking for guidance. When dark, expecting results, self aggrandizement. Go deeper, ask to be of service. Experiment with the act of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. Every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. Interesting. So, the vibe that I am getting overall, Virgo. So, we start out with the devil and the Eight of Swords. So, that's double stuckness because the devil isn't necessarily about malignant energy, it can also just mean stuck, but very stuck. And the feeling that I'm getting with the prayer is that this is self-limiting beliefs, because the energy that I get is almost like a shyness, not necessarily a shyness, just kind of a hesitancy. But we have the Empress here clarifying the devil, and what that tells me is that in actuality that is where your energy is, at the Empress. The Empress is all of the queens in the deck rolled into one. You know, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, all rolled into one. And that's strength, that's wisdom, that's heart, soul, that's material stability, know how, all of that rolled into one. And you have what it takes to do what you want to do and what you're trying to do. And the last hurdle that you have to jump is your self limiting beliefs. With the Four of Pentacles being here, that's about holding on to your resources. And what this tells me is that either you are limited in your resources that you can put into the next thing that you want to do, or you are conserving your resources for the next thing that you want to do. This is either saving up or holding on. With the Three of Wands and the Nine of Wands and the World being here, though, it does tell me that you are moving on to the next phase. You are moving on to the next cycle. You are putting into action your plans. So I see you moving. It's just the only reason why it's lagging is, quite frankly, because you don't believe in yourself enough. Also, with the prayer, another thing that I get is utilize all of your resources. And I don't just mean like invest, like monetary investment. I mean, utilize your friends, utilize your allies, utilize your business partners and business connections. Utilize everything that you can. And I think that that's the thing, because the whole theme of the prayer is kind of looking beyond yourself, taking yourself out of the center of your thoughts for a minute. Because when we do that, we can get more of a bird's eye view of our situation. Okay, this is what I have, this is what I can bring to the table. And for this to become this other thing, I would need so and so's help, and I would need to contact so and I would need to, put money here, put time there, put some work into this. And, what I just heard was look around you. Don't shoulder it all yourself. Look around you. Um, with Strength and the Chariot being here and the Wheel of Fortune, this feels like forward movement. You're taking bold action forward towards victory. And we have strength, and that strength that comes from the heart. It almost feels like it's fueled by the realization that you have more people in your corner than you realize, that you're not doing it all on your own. Wheel of Fortune, luck is on your side. I only see good things for this. It's just you need a little push forward from your friends. The Four of Wands is here again from, I think, the last or second to last, or for even first. It was one of the past three ones. Virgo readings, where I got the sense that whatever it is that you're doing is going to become a staple. It's going to become a staple. I know I mentioned this in one of the past readings. I have the memory of a goldfish, but I remember that much, that what you're doing is going to become a staple in other people's households. And I say that because Four of Wands is a card of foundations. So what you're doing, what you want to do, is going to be part of someone else's life's foundation. And that's an amazing thought. That something that you put out there is going to be so closely, tightly ingrained into someone else's daily life. Um, yeah, yeah. That's mostly what I get here, is that look around you. If you feel like you're stuck, the Eight of Swords, if you're feeling the devil, remember that you are the Empress, and remember to look around you. All right, let's see what the alchemy cards have to say. I swear I'm like this with my alchemy deck, because we're pulling the Mystical Sister, and that card is all about, it's all about connecting and being supported, letting yourself be supported and supporting others. The Peacock's Tail. All right. Mystical Sister, Sacred Ally, Anima, Outreach. Just when you thought you could traverse the alchemical path by yourself, Soror Mystica appears. This card indicates a dear friend or sacred ally holds you in their heart at this very moment. With their support, you are able to do what you cannot do yourself. Boom. Between you exists an alchemical pact based on the ingredients of respect, honesty, and unconditional love. It's as if you've known each other for many lifetimes. You may have shared an experience from which you are always bonded. This archetype may come in any gender, age, or form. One distinct characteristic of Soror Mystica is that they practice the art of witnessing and listening. They have no need to judge, fix, or give advice. Presence is enough. When this card appears, tend to the flame of friendship. Be a mystical sister to another. Go deeper. Read the poem 1383 by Emily Dickinson to ponder those who have helped you. Soror Mystica is the remedy for the isolation of our time. No matter how long it's been, reconnect with an old friend today, someone who comes to mind without effort. An expression of divine feminine principles, Soror Mystica is beyond bloodlines and the timelines. It may be someone who is no longer living. Trust your first instinct. And then we have the Peacock's Tail. I don't think I need to say anything else with the Mystical Sister, because that's probably what I've been talking about this entire time. Rich, no, no. Wait a minute. Okay. The Peacock's Tail. Full vision, the spectrum, inclusivity. The peacock's tail is a sacred image in alchemy. The mesmerizing display of tail feathers opens to mark the alchemist having shifted from single to multi-perspective. This is a great achievement. The alchemist has opened 1,000 sets of eyes instead of one. They've discarded black and white thinking and allowed the full spectrum of colors, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. Creative solutions to complex social and political polarities can be found in this sacred space. The force field of possibilities has opened, and the alchemist has entered a new paradigm belonging to multiplicity, dimensionality, and inclusion. Utilize this perspective for positive change while it lasts. When falling back into black and white thinking, as any alchemist will do, envision the splendor of the peacock's tail. Each feather contains a shimmering universe of possibility. Go deeper, watch the movie Wizard of Oz to ponder 1,000 eyes. Bring as much color in as you can today. Experiment. Use it as a therapeutic means of expression and a way to loosen up rigid thoughts. Notice the palette of the cards. Are they black and white or leaning toward a certain color? There's wisdom to be gleaned from the color's message. Think, well, the peacock's tail is literally rainbow, but the mystical sister is yellow heavy. A little bit of red and orange too. A little bit of green. Actually, you know what? Fuck, it's all of the colors actually. Yeah, I guess decipher that yourself. But this also speaks of bird's eye view, like I mentioned earlier. So I don't feel the need to clarify further, further. But I think that the cards spoke for themselves. So I will end it here. All right. Well, I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, like, share, subscribe, comment to help me out with the algorithm, and hit the notification button so that you get notified every time I post a video. And I will see you in the next one.